Hello, I'm Milo, and I'll be answering the questions for the Ticket Corner interview. How do you escape the everyday Corona life when you're not playing live stream concerts? It's a very good question. I would say the last couple of months, I've tried to find a new balance. It's true that a lot of free time opened up since I wasn't traveling as much as I used to do, and especially because of all the postponed or canceled concerts. It wasn't easy for me to create some kind of structure, but what I try to do, I try to find um, a way to structure like a couple of days a week. I try to do sports, exercise, stay healthy, which is even more important this year, I think, than before. I used to do it always to stay healthy or to be healthy when I had a lot of concerts, for example. What else? I've tried to use a lot of the extra time to work on new music, to write new songs. I started at the beginning of this year, and I think maybe by the end of this year I will have most of the songs for the next album. And then in between, just try to do little things. I've done some Corona-proof concerts the last few months whenever it was possible. Um, Try to catch up on some things that I'd been postponing for a long time. Some more boring stuff, administration, or the things I have to do, but I always kind of like postpone. So, and of course, catching up with some family, but it wasn't easy because I didn't see so many friends and family. But wherever I can. Next question: were you able to use the time to write new music? Did you feel inspired? Yes, I actually. I felt very inspired. Whatever It Takes, which was released over the summer, was the first result of the new music of this year, and my feeling right away wasn't to write directly about the virus or the pandemic, but my feeling was, you know what, my responsibility, or maybe not responsibility, but what something that I can do as a musician to help out right now, even if it's in a very small way, was to write and release positive music. So I've been working on songs that that are uplifting, that have a positive message. I'm releasing a new song very soon. It's called First Day of My Life, and basically the message of Whatever It Takes was like, no matter how hard things will get, whether it's in a relationship or with something that happens this year, we'll get through this. Whatever it takes, we'll get through this. That was kind of the positive message of Whatever It Takes. And the new song that's coming, which was also written and recorded during the lockdown earlier this year, it's First Day of My Life. It's like, it feels like the first day of my life. Crazy things like this sometimes help you to make a brand new start, maybe to make new plans or to make some changes. And this is, as a songwriter, that inspires me in times like these to look for the light at the end of the tunnel. And full disclaimer, there's times or weeks that I have also trouble to seeing the positive, something positive in these days. But I try to kind of focus on how I can help others, because if I would write very dark, angry songs about how frustrating this all is, then that's not the mood that I'm right now, or the message that I want to conceive right now, because so many people feel that frustration already. I don't think they need a singer, adding to that frustration. So that's where I'm at right now in October 2020. Who knows, in a couple of months, maybe I'll change. But next question: what do you miss most about the time before Corona? What do I miss most? Well, there's so many things, it's almost like I don't allow myself to think too much about the things I miss most. But I miss traveling, I have to say. I miss being together with friends, with a lot of people, being able to hug each other, kiss each other, just, like, what else? I miss the live concerts, the actual, not the Corona-proof live concerts, but the concerts that get sweaty and where there's a lot of energy and where there's a lot of people that I miss. I miss the friendship that I have with, basically the people that I play with, the musicians, but also the crew who work behind the scenes, they've basically become a second family for me, and I miss that family. I miss you know, the hours where we, after a concert, where we just talk and catch up and discuss so many things, and I miss being together with them. And I sometimes just miss being Milo, miss being a musician, and it's true that I can play at home, I can play the piano or the guitar, but it's it's the audience that helps to define who I am as a musician, and without them, it's a lot of it disappears, and I miss that interaction. I'll be honest, but um, yeah, let's just hope the next few months, or next year at least, will bring some improvement. Next question: do you think live concerts can be replaced? What makes them irreplaceable? Well, actually, we can try to be creative and find ways to have live shows. And I do have a lot of confidence that, some of the most creative people I know work in music behind the scenes or in front of the scenes. So I do think we'll keep coming up with very cool ways to enjoy live concerts. I actually don't think necessarily that you can fully replace it. There's even if I watch an amazing concert on my screen, a live stream, for example, even if I would really enjoy it, there will be something inside of me that will be like, oh, I wish I was there. I wish I could have been in front of it, because a good live show stimulates all your senses, not just your eyes and ears, but it has to do with the feeling, with the frequency that you feel when you're in front of the stage, and when basically you're surfing the same wave as an audience. And musicians on stage, we feel this too. We're basically on the same journey, and sometimes that brings you to amazing places. And I don't think you have the same energy when you remove the audience from this. So but yeah, I do think that when people feel, when there's a vaccine, when there's quicker tests, people will feel much safer to be with other people, with a lot of other people. And maybe even if it might take a while to be all standing as close as we were before, I do think we can build it up slowly, and we'll keep finding ways to have great, well-ventilated open air venues. And I think I will probably, end up playing some places next year, some locations that maybe I would have never played if it wasn't because of this. So I do think with some creativity, we will and flexibility, we will find a way out of here, because there's no way to replace good live concerts. Next question: what was the last big concert you saw before the lockdown? Well, the last big concert I saw, actually, I don't remember, but the one that I did remember is the last big concert I played right before the lockdown, and it was beginning of March, and I had a feeling that morning already where I told myself, wow, if this concert would be 1 week later, it probably would have been canceled. It was a sold out show at an incredible venue in Amsterdam, the Carré, and I played a show with full band and with a 20-piece orchestra, and it was such a special night. It was one of my favorite shows the last few years, maybe because of the background of the pandemic getting stronger, but I enjoyed it so much that I decided to turn it into a live album, Dreams So Big, Eyes Are Wide, which I released in April. Yeah, it's so crazy when I think about this. It's so crazy that was still the same year. It feels like it's a few years ago, but I will cherish that memory until we can do a big full band show again. But that was very special. Next question: do you enjoy the anonymity of wearing your mask in public? Do people still recognize you? Well, okay, it's a little bit funny, but I have to say that I don't mind the masks that much when I'm going to the supermarket or walking around, because I don't mind being recognized in the context of a concert when I'm there, but when I'm just kind of like at home and not really in a Milo mood, like I don't mind. I prefer just to be kind of like on my own. And the mask, like I've joked about this a little bit, you know, this is why Michael Jackson always did. But Michael Jackson, of course, if you're the only one wearing the mask, people will recognize you even more. But now it's true that I sometimes, you know, feel kind of comfortable in the anonymity when everybody wears masks. And the recognition, I haven't really been recognized with a mask. I have to say that even I'm actually pretty good in remembering faces and people, but with masks, that really changes because all you have is the eyes, and if you don't have the mouth, like it's sometimes just confusing. So I've had it sometimes where like, it's you, you know, with people that I've known for a long time. So yeah, but that's kind of funny. But I do think eventually the mask in public life will fade away a little bit. But I do think with traveling and if you take planes on airports, you know, I think a lot of people, just like they've been doing in Asia, will wear masks for a very long time or maybe forever at airports, you know, when traveling, when you really get close to a lot of people. The next question, you took part, the Dutch version of Sing Mijn Song, where you had to reinterpret songs. What did you learn about yourself during this time? Yes, it's true. So last year, it was actually recorded last year. So last year, because it's a little bit of coincidence, but I recorded the Belgian version of Sing Meine Song, the German one, Sing Meine Song, and actually Beste Zangers, which is the original concept. So they're already in season 13. So they came up with this idea. So the one in Holland. And the one in Holland was recorded at the end of last year, but it's only now that it's being broadcast. And I had so much fun. All three experiences were different because of the show changes a lot because of who because of the group of artists. So each time was a little bit different. And if you ask me what I learned, I actually, funny enough, like I learned to just, you know, be me and kind of have you know, have confidence in doing what I can, because one of the great things about the show is that it allows you to experiment a little bit, you know, to sing, for example, in a different language than you're used to. And so yeah, I actually really enjoyed trying out some of these things. And I also felt like sometimes I was a little uncomfortable sitting on the sofa, but whenever I had to step behind that mic, I always kind of felt at home. So it reminded me again, it taught me that this is where I belong, you know, behind the microphone and to sing live music. Next question. Be honest. This is a funny question. What's your secret recipe for looking like 21 at 40? That's a funny question. That's the funniest question I got all year. No, I don't look like I'm 21. I don't know. I feel it's funny because I actually get so much energy from playing live and traveling, and now I'm sometimes I feel more tired, even though I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you know, you haven't been as busy at all. But it's strange because I get so much energy from doing what I do. So even though you sleep less when you're on tour, you get so much kind of energy in return, and that's the part that I miss. But in general, yeah, I always try to kind of watch what I eat and have a lot of you know, exercise and sports, just because to prepare myself for concerts. And now I try to keep doing this more because of, you know, the healthier we stay this year, the better. Okay, final question. Please tell us what we can look forward to on Monday. Well, Monday, I've been looking forward to this for a few weeks now. I will bring Tom van Stiphout and Nina Babette, and people who have seen me perform in Switzerland will know these two. These two have been with me since I played in Switzerland for the first time in 2009. And we'll strip down some of, you know, the songs that we will play, but yeah, it'll be the three of us will sing, and we'll try to create a really special atmosphere. And I will play it as if it's the last concert of the year, because we never know in a year like this. So I'm really, really excited about this, and I hope everyone or a lot of people will watch the concerts and let me just finish this interview by saying that I hope to be back in Switzerland for real concerts with a live audience next summer, hopefully. So I'll be back. Everybody stay healthy, stay positive, and see you soon.